Hi everyone, this is Megan, and today we're going to talk about handhelds in the classroom, specifically tablets. I have a little presentation to show you various types of tablets that could and could not be used in classrooms, and their features. I will pull that up for you right now. The first one are smartphones. They're considered tablets because they're touchscreen, they have JavaScript, they have HTML5 applications, and you can use educational apps on them. The screen is tiny, so that's probably why they're not used in schools as much. But when they are used in schools, you can scan QR codes and be sent to educational websites. There is a website where you can project polls onto the phone and students can send in their answers. So teachers have used that in the classroom. I wouldn't see them much in classrooms, mostly because the screens are tiny and it's easier to text and get distracted. Plus, there's only a virtual keyboard, and using a real keyboard is a lot easier, and it's used in everyday life, so getting that skill is important. The price range for smartphones is $100 to $500 plus monthly fees. So, yes, most kids do have phones, but using it in school is not that helpful. Another tablet is the Kindle Fire. It's mostly used in schools for reading because you can download books. There's access to the Apple Store for educational apps. There's not as many apps as on iPads, but it has been seen used in classrooms for reading and using some of the apps. The price is up to $200, so it's a pretty fair price. The Windows tablet is another handheld that could be used in classrooms, but it's not because it's so expensive. It's $300 to $1,000 for a Windows tablet. It does come with the keyboard that is helpful for learning an everyday life skill. There's SD and USB ports. It holds up to 15 gigabytes of free cloud storage and has Microsoft Office. But the cons are for school use. The battery life is shorter and it has to last for an 8-hour day. It's heavier than the iPad, so lugging it around is a little bit worse. So you don't see it in schools as much, probably because of the price. Then there's the Chromebook. Google Chrome has Microsoft Office, Adobe Photoshop, it runs Android apps, and you can work it while offline. The cons for using Chromebook, however, is that when you go to the Chrome Web Store, you can only find 42 educational apps, so the app variety is very limited. It's used more for business than gamification. It is seen a lot in schools. Chromebook competes with iPads as one of the most used handhelds in classrooms. The price is $200 to $300, which is cheaper than the iPad. So that's why some schools are opting to use this. Then finally there is the iPad, and that's seen predominantly in most of the schools. It has thousands of educational apps. It's lightweight and portable. It doesn't have a USB port, but you can buy accessories that will attach one. The price is $200 to $600, so it is more expensive, but schools tend to be using these more, mostly because kids are very used to using iPads at home and they will get more involved. Now I'm going to pass it over to Elizabeth so she can talk about the usage in classrooms.
Okay, so nowadays, children are more up-to-date in technology than our generation even is, and the generation above ours. Currently, at the moment, if you look at my chart that I'm going to show you, let me just pull it up. So currently, we are at... Okay. So if you take a look at this chart, at the moment, 1/3 of students between the grades of 4 to 12 already own a tablet. Most students, which is 69%, would like to use tablets and more technology in the classroom. They believe that since they are interested and engaged in these tablets, that they would pick up on schoolwork if they were being taught the way of technology. Students feel that they learn a lot quicker these days if it was on handhelds. Um, if it was on handhelds that they are used to, and they feel that this would keep them engaged in their lessons. Currently, one-third of students are using handheld tablets in their lesson plans, whether it's iPads or Google Nexus tablets. iPads are the preferred method of teaching, but also the most expensive, which schools have to take into consideration. I have conducted an interview with my cousin. So the other day, my cousin came over and I asked her a couple questions. The first question I asked her is what tools that she is currently using in the classroom. She said she actually uses iPads in 2 of her classes, LAL Tech and Math. And I asked her if she can demonstrate to me how she brought her iPad over. I asked her if she can demonstrate how she uses iPads in her math class. And I actually was able to even pull it up on my iPhone. She has an app that allows her to download Google Drive onto it, and she can download. If you look at my phone, she has an app that has sheets. So if you click onto Google Sheets, she can even on her phone make a spreadsheet for math class, which I think is pretty cool. So all I have to do is add my account, but Google Sheets will come up right onto an iPhone or an iPad, and that's how she uses her technology in the math class. She said she likes it a lot better than textbooks because it's more engaged, and she thinks it's a lot easier in group work because she can collaborate with her classmates. So I thought that was a really cool way that you can use different apps and stuff in the classroom, and they're actually using it right here in my hometown, which is pretty cool because I didn't have that just a couple years ago. And that's it. I'm pass it over to Alexis. So that's not there.